If is a logical function. In simple terms, it says, if something is true, do something. Otherwise, do something else. So an if statement can have two results. The first result is if your comparison is true. The second is if your comparison is false. In our example, salesperson has exceeded target. Therefore, write exceeded target. Otherwise, write target not exceeded. Let's have a look at the spreadsheet. It's always good to first look at the spreadsheet and the result you are trying to achieve. So in this case, let's have a look at row 2, the sales figures for S. Cohen. The question you'll ask yourself is, has S. Cohen exceeded his or her target? Let's have a look at the figures, total sales and target. So clearly you'll say yes, he or she has. We can clearly see that the total sales figures are higher than the target sales figures. So in Excel, the test that we conduct to find out whether Cohen has exceeded the target is comparing cell B2 with cell C2. So in other words, the actual test would be Cohen has achieved target, and in Excel that means B2 is greater than C2. If this is true, i.e. B2 is greater than C2, then we will make a note exceeded target. Otherwise, i.e. if it isn't true, we'll make a note did not exceed target. So let's complete that on the spreadsheet. So we'll open the function dialog box, and because I've recently used if, it's there. Oh, you can notice down here, it tells us what the if function does, checks whether a condition is met and returns one value if true and another value if false. We click OK. We can see there are 3 arguments to an if statement. The first argument is the logical test. The logical test always has 3 parts. Something is equal to something is greater than something is less than something. In this case, the logical test is B2 is greater than C2. So we are saying the total sales is greater than the target sales. And the value if true, we decided to write target exceeded. And you can see here, we know that S. Cohen achieved his or her target, and it tells us here that it is true. You also notice because this is a string, Excel has added inverted commas, quote marks. The value if false, in this case we decided to write target not exceeded. And we hit OK. Now I'm going to fill down. I use the fill handle and I fill down for the other salespeople. Right, and we can see which salespeople have exceeded their target. However, in my mind, it looks messy. I would like those who have exceeded their target to stand out. So I'm going to go back into the function dialog box, and where I have written target not exceeded, I'm going to delete that. And I could leave it blank. However, Excel would put in a 0, and that would look messy too. So what I'm going to do is add 2 quote marks. And in the middle of that quote mark is nothing or blank. So that will give us a blank cell. I will now fill this down. And now we can clearly see those salespeople who have exceeded their target.